was up, and then as soon as I got to New York, it was me and the twins, cause they was riding, the twins was riding with me like, let's go, man, cause I didn't have nobody else. Not that them was always my guys from elementary on up, and both Deion and Dwayne was rapping, so I was with them too on the hip hop tip with rapping. So I said, fuck it, this is my crew now, so let's go. Me, the twins, we shot to New York, flew out there, they took care of us. I got a phone call at the hotel, and the guy was like, this is LL Cool J, and I'm like, this ain't no motherfucking LL Cool J. What the fuck you gonna call me for?
Right.
So I was like, nah. He was like, nah, serious, this is LL. He said, this is Warren G. I was like, yeah, this is Warren G. He was like, no, come up, you know, how he talks. So when I heard, I was like, oh, shit, this is LL.
Right.
And I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, God damn. So I said, all right. So I called Wayniac from I said, Dwayne, LL Cool J downstairs. This nigga he said he wanted to take us somewhere. So I said, put on some clothes. So we put on some clothes, ran downstairs, and we walked out there, and he was in a motherfucking, it was a drop, what the fuck was that? It was drop top, I know that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask Dwayne. It was a luxury drop top car, and we hopped in that motherfucker. He took us to Queens, took us to the mall, took us to his house, his grandmother's house, where he did all his writing and everything.
Right.
He like, I was blown away, because this dude had clothes. I ain't never seen that many clothes in my life. Like, I mean, from when you walk through the door, like, and all the way down into the basement, it was clothes all the way down the basement, and then in the basement, the whole around the basement was full of clothes and shoes. I was like, damn, this is crazy. And he even had the Suzuki Samurai out there from Tina Got a Big Old Butt. It was sitting right in the yard, like right in the yard park. Yeah, because I was like, and that one after that, I was like, shit, I'm getting ready to go hard. Balls to the wall. I'm getting ready to do a album, a classic album. You know,
can you speak on your resiliency though, man? I mean, being able to bounce back when everybody else done got their deals, and like you said, you over here in the hood dealing with pistol play and everything else, and you trying to figure out how to stay in the game. What was it that kept you inspired and, you know, eventually going over there and saving Def Jam at the same time too?
I mean, I knew that I knew I was good, you know, as far as just like with the samples and, you know, putting samples together and putting beats together. I knew I was good at it, and I just needed to just get a chance, get a chance. But I had a feeling in me, like it was like the eye of the tiger, like Rocky type shit. I ain't gonna lie. It was just a feeling in me that just like I'm gonna make the dopest shit I can. Like, I still get that feeling, you know what I mean? When I gotta do something, when I really have to do some serious work, I get that feeling. It's like I'm at it again. It's eye of the tiger time. I gotta do some shit that's gonna turn some heads. That's gonna be different from everybody. That's gonna sound good. So that feeling come, and it just, you know, the things that I went through inspired me to keep pushing. You know, because I went through the stuff I went through, just being around, you know, over there with Dre and Suge now. Just the whole little thing, everything that I went through, I had good times up with them as well, you know, but all at the end of it was all the bad stuff towards the end. Not like it was, I got beat up or anything, because ain't none of them niggas never put their hand on me. I swear to God. And that's probably the reason why I wasn't a part of it, because I wasn't gonna sit up there and take no shit. And I ain't had nothing against Suge. That nigga known me since I was a pup. You know what I mean? But I just wasn't gonna, you know, I some things happened up in there where I told my homeboy and them, I was like, look, better get a lawyer.
Right.
Nigga to sign that paperwork. Get a lawyer.
Yeah.
And you know, somebody it got back to him, so he was like, blood, where Warren at? I took off.
So this was Suge.
Yeah, I couldn't get out down the elevator. Down the stair, down because it was only an elevator.
Right.
So I'm hitting the button, and the elevator didn't get there fast enough. But he grabbed me. But ain't none of that slapping shit.
Yeah.
None of that shit never happened to me.
Yeah.
And I just told him, man, you better get your hands off me. And I'm gonna call all my homeboys. Shit.
Right.
And I had one of my buddies with me. He was a gunner too. He just didn't have nothing. But I wouldn't have let him shoot him.
Yeah.
But
Right.
if he had one, he might have bust.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not gonna say might have. He would have.
My God.
But I didn't want that to happen. If I would have been like, no, no, don't this. I know him.
Yeah.
It's just a little misunderstanding. And at the end of the day, he got to respect that, because you ain't gonna just sign something with lawyer checking it.
Exactly.
So how you gonna get mad at me for telling these niggas?
Yeah.
Right.
Unless you was up to something.
Yeah.
So, but that's probably the main reason why. That's got to be the reason why he didn't fuck with me. It couldn't have been Def Jam. Nigga, you wasn't fucking with me.
Yeah.
Right.
You could have had me signed over there with
Right.
with you guys still producing and doing that and doing this. And so that's probably was one of the main things too at the same time that kind of made it where, oh, this nigga on his shit as far as like telling people to get lawyers and shit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I guess that's why, motherfucker didn't really dig me, but I didn't give a fuck. Shit. I known him all my life. So,
Yeah.
But it was different events that had me on like, damn, you niggas really tripping that hard?
Yeah.
Right.
Like a studio incident where motherfuckers tried to run a play on me in the studio. I got out of it though.
Yeah.
And from that, I was pissed off at everybody. I don't give a fuck. I was pissed off at Snoop. I was pissed off at Dre. I was pissed off at Suge. Everybody, because I was pissed off at Dre because I'm like, nigga, why the fuck you didn't tell me that you left this nigga?
Right.
If I'm with you and I'm your family, nigga, you gotta tell me this motherfucker tripping. Don't go around that shit.
Right.
Snoop, you knew this nigga left. You should have got at me like G-Dub. Don't come around this shit. Come to the studio today because these niggas is tripping. Because this nigga Dre left and they tripping with Dre. So you his brother, so they tripping. But I still didn't hold that against Snoop.
Yeah.
But I was pissed off at them niggas. I'm not gonna lie. I was pissed off. Like, how the fuck y'all gonna let this nigga trip on me?
Yeah.
And I came up here for you. I'm up here at the studio with y'all, and these niggas tripping on me. And ain't nobody over here saying nothing while these niggas tripping on me.
Yeah.
One nigga came in there and said something, and that was Big C Style. And that's it. Nobody else came in there saying nothing. Big C Style came in there, which caused a diversion. Like, what's going on? As soon as he said that, I walked out the other door. And once they figured out I walked out the door, the nigga came out the door. Hey, Blood, get that nigga, Blood. Boom! I jumped in the car, and I was like, nigga, fuck y'all. I'm gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And called my motherfucking uncle. I said, nigga.
Yeah.
This nigga got my chain. Because my chain got snatched. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But what the fuck am I gonna do? It's gorillas all up on me, and the nigga snatched my shit. Whoop. I got a Glock.
Yeah.
But if I pull this motherfucker out, it's police right here, and these niggas right here, but the different type of police, but
Yeah.
they was different. But if I kill one of these niggas just right here on the spot, I'm gonna get killed. So I was like, fuck that. I just said that I ain't tripping. I'm gonna get my shit.
Yeah.
And I got out of that motherfucking, made some calls was made. My shit came back to me. I still got that chain to this day.
My
on
God.
my mama, rest in peace. Right now, I got it still.
Yes, sir.
What's
the same exact chain.
What's the source of, as you reflect back on all that time, what's the source of all the toxicity, the label being so toxic, Death Row? and a lot of stuff that was going on. Do you think it was because they wanted you over there? That was that the gist of everything that
No, well, later on, probably when they saying shit was happening, after I started making some noise, but it was too late, cause I had already got with Def Jam, and I could have been over there with you guys. I could have been there, but and I wanted to be, like Dre. I mean, that's I looked up to him, just imagine. I'm the young buck, and I'm been with him all my life pretty much.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to be like him, So, and he always had open arms with me. Period. Even when we was working, I used to drive him. I would drive him here and there. We'd drive here. I even was holding the heat.
Right.
But we was driving around. I would take him to wherever he needed to go, that type of shit. And just like, and we've had talks. He said things to me before, like, once I get shit moving like it's supposed to move, nigga, don't worry, you ain't gonna have to worry about nothing no more, nothing, shit like that. So I wasn't, I'm with you because I always looked up to you. So if I'm out here doing these samples and doing this shit, this is for us to help you, to build you and help you blow up. Even though he had a name already,
right,
we gave you everything that we had in us on that Chronic for you to blow up.
Right.
So that's what that was. It was like for you opening the door for me. This is what I'm bringing to you. I've started bringing all them samples to him and all the skits that came up, all the shit. Like a lot of that shit just was on the fly. Like I told him, turn the mic on. That's when I did These Nuts.
Right.
Like I brought all the Dolomite records there. I went to, as the world turned, and bought every black exploitation record that you could buy. I brought the crates back with all that stuff. We went through there, found different things. Like, listen to this. Wow. If I had some nuts on the wall, would those be wall? Even the Mac.
Yeah.
The Mac soundtrack. You really don't understand, do you?
Yeah.
In order for us to make them, I played that for him. I said, but he didn't know that the way I would play that certain things for him is how I was feeling inside. Like the Mac soundtrack, that part was kind of like Goldie and his brother.
Right.
So that's how I was feeling. And in order for us to make this thing work, we got to get rid of the pimps, the pussies, and start all over again.
Yeah.
So that's how I was feeling. But I was feeling that as far as the motherfuckers that was around us.
Right.
Not like on some pimp shit.
Right,
for real,
I understand.
I was feeling because there was a lot of shit going on that I just wasn't down with.
Right.
So that was a feeling that came from me through a sample. He probably don't even know it. Well, I never told him that.